Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in TayNinhTV province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, recently the People's Committee of TayNinhTV province issued a directive to departments, agencies and localities within the province to strengthen control and arrest water pollution in river basins throughout the province.
Accordingly, the Department of Agriculture and Environment is tasked with leading and coordinating with relevant units to review, inventory and classify sources of pollution in the province that affect the water quality of the Saigon River Basin, the Vam Kodong River Basins and Yoting Lake also. The department must compile a list of pollution sources by the type and scale of discharge to ensure the tight control and submit this list to the Provincial People's Committee before December 31st of this year. And the department will also organize inspection and take timely, strict actions against violations of environmental protection laws. The Provincial Economic Joint Management Board is required to strengthen supervision and inspection in infrastructure development for the rainwater drainage system, ensuring that the wastewater treatment system in industrial zones are separate from rainwater drainage system. And the goal is to ensure that 100% of industrial zones in the province have centralized wastewater collection and treatment system that meet the regulation before discharging into the environment. And the provincial police are instructed to increase enforcement measures to promptly detect violations and strictly punish any cases of illegal wastewater discharges and do not meet environmental standards. The provincial government is urged to accelerate the construction of the approved centralized urban wastewater treatment system, ensuring that it meets the schedule set by the Provincial People's Council's resolution.
The Job Creation Loan Program from the Bank for Social Policies in Goyao District has helped many households in Phước Dong commune enhance production and business activities, increasing their income, improving their living standards, and contributing to reducing poor and poor rates in the area. A notable example is the household of Mr. Nguyễn Tấn Tường living in Suối Cao B Hamlet, Phước Dong commune, who has improved his family's economic situation through the Job Creation Loan from the Bank for Social Policies. Specifically, in 2022, Mr. Tường borrowed 50 million Vietnam dong to purchase 3 breeding cows. To date, his herd has grown to 11 cows, stabilizing the family's finance, and they are now recognized as a household that has sustainably escaped from the poverty. As of now, the Farmers Union of the commune has coordinated with the Bank for Social Policies to approve loans from more than 640 households with a total loan amount of over 19 billion Vietnam dong. All borrowers have used the funds for their intended purposes, using practical resources. The living standards of the people have significantly improved, and there are now only 6 poor households remaining in the commune, accounting for just 0.16% of the population.
And on the evening of March 29, 2025, at Long Phuoc Border Car Station in Binh Cao District, the Ho Chi Minh City Youth Union, in cooperation with the Provincial Youth Union and the Ho Chi Minh City chapter of the Vietnam Youth Union in TayNinhTV province, organized the Border Islands in My Heart program for the 2025. Numerous performances praising the homeland, the country, and the sacrifice of armed forces soldiers brought an inspiring atmosphere to the event, contributing to educating the youth on the tradition and nurturing the love for the homeland and its borders. And during this event, the Ho Chi Minh City Youth Union presented 50 scholarships from the Vu A Dính Scholarship Fund and 50 sets of school supplies to the students and the peoples who overcame hardship to excel in their studies. And they also collaborated with the Labour newspaper to present the National Flag Float project with 500 national flags donated for 250 books and 23 sets of Dao Dai, the traditional Vietnamese bracelets from the designer Việt Hùng to the teachers at the school in the border areas, and deliver for 30 gifts to the soldiers at the border car station and military posts in Binh Cao District also. The total value of the project's donations and items presented to the local area amounted to over 600 million Vietnam dong. Earlier, the delegation also visited and interacted with the border officers and soldiers of the Long Phuoc Border Car Station and the 5 subordinate border car posts. They presented meaningful gifts to the support and encouraging the forces protecting the borders.
Ladies and gentlemen, in order to inherit and promote the success of the Vietnam-Canada Business Association, or VCBA, the VCBA Eastern Chapter has been established to implement and specifically carry out its activities in Eastern Canada, as well as in Vietnam, serving the development of the community and the relationship between the two countries. This event marks not only a milestone in the role and expansion of the Vietnam-Canada Business Association in Eastern Canada, but also acknowledges the need for connection among Vietnamese, Canadian entrepreneurs and businesses in the region. This will help achieve the broader noble goal of the association to build a strong Vietnamese community in Canada while fostering ties with the homeland. Canada is a relatively large country and its region has its own economic characteristics and human resources. Eastern Canada has a differential system. In addition to selling goods, we focus on education, immigration, investment, and logistics. The trade situation between Vietnam and Canada has developed much more than in previous years. Our entrepreneurs now have the capabilities and knowledge to compete in the Canadian markets. The establishment of the VCBA Eastern Chapter is seen as a timely move to support Vietnamese Canadian businesses and Vietnamese enterprises to cooperate and compete effectively in the Canadian market. The VCBA Eastern Chapter plans to host various activities to help Vietnamese businesses in Canada connect with established and reputable businesses through partner organizations like the Canada-Vietnam Association, the Canada-Vietnam Trade Council, and the Canada-Asian Business Council, all of which are respected entities in the market. The Vietnam-Canada Business Association was established in Vancouver 2 years ago in response to the needs of entrepreneurs and businesses from both countries seeking to meet, connect, and support each other in business, trade, and investment. With its main goal of fostering the role and development of the community and contributing to enhancing the friendly relations between Vietnam and Canada, the VCBA Eastern Chapter is certain to become a dynamic model reflecting the deep affection of Vietnamese people in Canada toward their homeland. Turn to domestic news. Ladies and gentlemen, recently during the meeting with Mr. Francisco Gomez Neto, President of Brazil's Embraer Aerospace Group, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính proposed that Embraer collaborates with Vietnamese partners to help develop Vietnam's aviation industry.
The Prime Minister highlighted that with a dynamic and growing economy, Vietnam now has significant potential and increasing demand in the aviation sector. Vietnam considers aviation and aerospace as the key industry to explore new development spaces, including the outer space also, and therefore, the Prime Minister requested the Embraer's cooperation with Vietnamese partners in manufacturing aviation equipment, contributing to the development of the aviation industry to the modern technology, transferring high-quality workforce training and technical support and also experience exchanges. And additionally, the Prime Minister proposed cooperation in providing aircraft at preferential prices, establishing the aircraft maintenance and repair service centers, researching and developing sustainable aviation fuel, and implementing measures to reduce emissions, as well as promoting the greening of the aviation industry.
The Vietnam-Laos Young Officer Exchange Program was held with the theme Deepening Friendship Together Moving Forward, aiming to highlight the role of the youth of both countries. Speaking at the ceremony, General Hoàng Xuân Chiến, a member of the Party Central Committee, permanent member of the Central Military Commission, and Deputy Minister of National Defense, affirmed that the Ministry of National Defense of Vietnam always creates the most favorable conditions for the young officers of both countries to strengthen their comradeship and brotherhood, making their relationship even closer. He encouraged the youth of both militaries to actively collaborate in organizing exchange programs, continuously fostering the Vietnam-Laos relationship. According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, e-commerce plays a pivotal role not only in the digital economy, but also in promoting the development of the domestic market and significantly contributing to export activities.
A report by Cognitive Market Research indicates that the global cross-border e-commerce market will experience a compound annual growth rate for 30.50% from 2024 to 2031. As an export-oriented economy that is increasingly integrated into the regional and global economy, Vietnam has the strengths in textile, footwear, rice, agricultural products, and more, and thus there is vast potential and room for the growth in cross-border e-commerce. Participating in online export-import system and cross-border e-commerce platforms is an effective solution, opening up many opportunities for Vietnamese businesses to expand their customer base, increase market research, enhance their business capacities, and improve the quality and value of goods made in Vietnam, and this will help bring the Vietnamese products and brands to consumers in various markets worldwide.
Dear audience, after more than 3 months of construction, the open space at Sun Hồng Park, the old provincial stadium, has been gradually completed. Every afternoon, many people come here to relax, engage in recreational activities, and practice sports. This is Sun Hồng Park after its expansion. Many trees have been planted, providing shade and enhancing the landscape. Additionally, the park is equipped with lighting system, children's play areas, and exercise equipment. With such amenities, many local residents and children come here to improve their health, play, and engage in other cultural activities. The landscape is very beautiful, offering a place for people to play, exercise, and for children to enjoy the playground. I believe this is a very suitable initiative by the local authorities for the people of TayNinhTV. I'm really happy that this space has been expanded. In the afternoons, people come here to exercise, practice folk dance, and have fun. It's a wonderful improvement for our province. Since the area has been expanded, I often come here with friends to fly kites after school. I feel happier and more relaxed. Currently, the open space at Sun Hồng Park is in its final stage of completion. According to the plan, there will be areas for physical activities for all age groups, a sand park, outdoor youth exercise areas, as well as parking lots connected to the overall technical infrastructure of the park. Public restroom and an electric station will be built, along with upgrades to the fire prevention system and drainage system for the entire area. As being completed, the open space at Sun Hồng Park will provide numerous amenities for local residents. In the coming time, it is expected that this location will host large events and activities to celebrate important holidays and anniversaries of the TayNinhTV province and the nation. The Francophone Union in Singapore, in collaboration with the Vietnamese Embassy, the French Embassy, and embassies of several other Francophone countries, organized the 2025 Francophone Food Festival. The event aimed to strengthen connections among members while showcasing and promoting the traditional culinary cultures of each participating country. At this year's festival, the Commercial Affairs Department of the Vietnamese Embassy, together with Chef Workforce Vietnamese Restaurant and Gangster Restaurant, introduced a variety of distinctly Vietnamese dishes to the guests. The Francophone Food Festival is an annual event where the Commercial Affairs Department integrates economic and cultural diplomacy, promoting the export of Vietnamese goods to the Singaporean markets. Hữu Nghị International Border Gate is a major land border crossing with a large volume of passenger traffic, averaging 5,000 to 6,000 passengers per day, with peak periods reaching up to 8,000. The border guard at Hữu Nghị International Border Gate has actually implemented digital transformation and administrative procedure reforms to enhance management and control of individuals and vehicles entering and exiting the country. According to statistics from the border guard, since the beginning of 2025, passenger traffic through Hữu Nghị International Border Gate has increased. The force has processed more than 508,700 passenger entries and exits, a 14.3% increase compared to the same period in 2024. Specifically, over 253,700 passengers have exited, up 16.1%, and over 255,000 have entered, up 12.5%. These road figures indicate smoother traffic flow at Hữu Nghị International Border Gate and reflect a secure and safe environment, with passengers placing their trust in using this border crossing for their travel needs. Ladies and gentlemen, on this day, as traveling along Trần Quốc Toản Street in Tây Ninh City, everyone is sure to be captivated by the vibrant purple blossoms of the latter stormia. With its gentle beauty and alluring charm, this flower adds a romantic, poetic, and refreshing touch to the urban landscape of Tây Ninh.
This is Trần Quốc Toản Street in Tây Ninh City at the end of March. The road becomes truly special when the purple flowers of the Langerstromia cover both the sidewalks, creating a stunning display. The purple heart of the Langerstromia flowers enhances the bustling atmosphere of the city and making those who pass by pause, linger, and reflect. And at this time of the year, the Langerstromia blooms in the full force, making the Trần Quốc Toản Street an ideal spot for the people to stop, relax, and capture memorable photos. I saw the beautiful Langerstromia flowers along the road, so we stopped to take a few photos. And I think these flower-lined streets contribute to protecting the environment also. This street is so poetic and romantic also, and it's very beautiful. And when I pass by these flower-lined streets, I feel very comfortable and relaxed. It's like a lunch that detoxifies my body and purifies the air and nature. And from the beginning of the end of Trần Quốc Toản Street, Langerstromia trees can be seen everywhere. Their white canopies providing the shade with the countless clusters of purple flowers blooming under the sunlight. The Langerstromia flowers are now so beautiful, and passing by, the air feels fresh and airy. I hope that as the city continues to develop, other roads will be invested in like this and making the city even more beautiful. Amid the fast-paced rhythm of daily life, the vibrant colors of the Langerstromia flowers create a sense of romance and seem to smooth the scorching heat and the noisy hustle and the bustle of traffic. And the Langerstromia, a simple yet emotionally stirring flower, continues to captivate hearts and will keep blooming, adding a radiant purple hue to the beauty of the city.
And today TTV News wraps up now. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next program.